And they're off.
All right, I'll just let you know I'm having a little trouble with the restream, so if you want to go ahead, John.
Yeah, they're both heading towards level 2 as we expected. It's like they're right neck and neck to start with. Janthe does a screen scroll on as he goes. WhenChukAttacks does not, but they're on pretty close pace nonetheless. Janthe takes a lead of just a few seconds on the strength of those screen scrolls as they head into level 2.
Yeah, that screen scroll technique, if you do it properly and do it fast enough, it can save about 2 to 3 seconds on each screen that you do it.
Clearing out this Master Gorilla will kill the rest of the gorillas in that room of 5 gorillas, and you hope for a bomb drop. And both runners got that bomb drop, so they're off to a good start.
Yeah, that's the biggest benefit of doing the 2 first route is that there's a lot of enemies that drop bombs in level 2 here. And getting bombs early in the game and keeping them throughout the game is one of the easiest ways to kind of move fluidly through the game and get a really nice time.
Yeah. Both runners killing the Moldorms for the key. WhenChukAttacks got the bomb force off the Moldorms. Janthe took a bop during that fight, so he didn't, but he still has 2 bombs, which is fine. He has 1 more guaranteed static bomb drop in this level, and almost guaranteed from the boss fight if he does it correctly. So WhenChukAttacks finishes up level 2. Janthe right behind him with the boss. Janthe came out of the level with fewer bombs but more rupees, and he's going to need them because we believe that he will probably get the blue ring, and WhenChukAttacks probably will not. Oh, maybe WhenChukAttacks is, because he's going for that Armos 30. We'll see.
I think on the non-blue ring route, you still get that Armos 30.
No, if it's a blue candle. Oh, he might be doing the 330 secret red candle route there. Yeah. Yeah, Janthe doing things in Pan's order, going for the 100 secret, and then he'll come back and get the 30 in the Heart Rock. WhenChukAttacks getting the Heart Rock now. And heading straight to the White Sword.
Yep, both our runners taking a little bit of a divergence here to get their rupees, but both going to be going towards that White Sword.
WhenChukAttacks making his way, hitting those screen scrolls nicely as he heads towards level 1 after the White Sword, as Janthe is just a few screens behind, heading up to the White Sword now, as WhenChukAttacks heading into level 1.
Yep, and so we're already seeing the time difference from just collecting all those extra rupees that Chuck doesn't have to do yet. And so Chuck entering level 1 does the pirouette to open up that key door, saves a key, very nice. And I just love seeing the white sword here in level 1. It just makes all the enemies just go down so quickly.
Yeah, those Stalfos take 2 hit points, so they take a couple of swings with a wood sword. With a white sword, cut through them like butter.
Yeah, that's the benefit of doing this route for beginners or people that aren't just comfortable with the 3 first route with the wooden sword, is that you do use your white sword a lot more, which means that you don't use your bombs. And you kind of conserve your bombs for when you really need them, particularly in level 3 and potentially level 4 and level 5. All right, so we get a little high five from both of our runners as they pass each other, going different directions.
Yeah.
Chuck going on to Aquamentus here. First boss you normally encounter in the game. White sword, 3 hits, no problem.
Janthe grabbing the bow as WhenChukAttacks leaves level 1. WhenChukAttacks heading, I expect, straight to level 3 from here.
Yeah, I've watched Chuck do some runs. I've never seen him pick up the blue ring, so he's just going to go down.
He's stopping for this third 30. He may be shooting for an early shopping route. We'll see. On some variations of the 3 first route, you can get your shopping done earlier in the run if you farm enough rupees.
Yeah, there's a couple variations. I know there's a variation I did when I was doing the 2 first red candle route. Is to you have options on which secrets you pick up. There's 3 30 secrets or 1 100 secret, and depending on how good your scrolls are and how comfortable you are, kind of dictates whether one is faster than the other.
Yeah, and they're trade-offs. The early shopping can save time, but you can't route in the later 100 secret with the early shopping. So,
and on top of that, it uses more bombs early. So, there's just different trade-offs for it. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Janthe looks like he's farming rupees. He's right on the edge of being able to skip this 30. Let's see if he does it. He is. What
does he need to skip this? 190?
Well, he needs 150 by the end of level 3, minus the 60 for the candle. So
okay.
So he farmed enough to have 130. He just needs to find 18 more in the course of beating level 3 to get to his the amount for the blue ring. So.
It's interesting, but I wouldn't think of level 3 as the rupee level.
Well, if you have a white sword, the Zols drop rupees.
Oh, that's right.
If you don't, they don't. So
see, this is why I haven't run this route in so long. All right, so Chuck got his raft to be able to not only enter level 4, but also pick up an extra heart container on the east coast that he needs to grab later. But he's going to finish off level 3 here as we see Janthe just entering.
Yep.
And Chuck has enough bombs to do pretty well on this manhandle. Let's see how it goes. Easy every time. Very nicely done. Like we said in the last race, that boss can be really scary. He's the most random boss in the entire game. It's really nice when it goes that smoothly and you get that forced bomb drop, because when you place the bomb down, for every frame that you're hitting, Manhandler there, it increases that consecutive counter to where you can get that bomb drop from Manhandler.
Janthe just grabbing the raft. They're saying in chat that we seem a few seconds behind.
Yeah, I'll update.
Yeah, I'll refresh too. We'll do our best.
So yeah, Chuck now going through level 4 here as Janthe is moving towards his manhandle fight of his own. Gonna use some bombs and get the floor drop here as well. Nice stock up to 8. All right, we'll do our best with the audio there.
Yeah. Yeah, at least on my screen, Janthe just now sorting down Manhandla, and he got that bomb drop. Very nice. He bombed Manhandla, but had 1 leaf left and had to and had to take out that last leaf with his white sword with 2 slashes, and he managed to do that and not get hit, so he still got the bomb drop. Very nicely played. You can tell us in chat if our audio is still out of sync. We've refreshed, and there's not much more we can do than that.
All right, so Chuck getting through the breakfast room and grabbing his ladder, going to make his way to the end of level 4 here. As Janthe's doing more shopping to get his blue ring.
Yep. Yeah, Chuck is he's a 7 rupees short of being able to do an early shopping route. So he a lot of runners on Red Candle will do early shopping if they can, and but he may be just short of it. All right, chat says our audio is good now, so that's good news. As WhenChukAttacks takes out that Gleeok with the white sword and gets that heart container and his next Triforce piece.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest benefits of doing the 2 first route is going through not only level 3 but level 4 with more hearts and a white sword makes those levels much easier than on the world record route. Right, so as you can see, we've already got sort of a 1 level difference just in the routing so far between Chuck and Janthe, but we'll see sort of how that blue ring comes into play, because the less damage that Janthe takes overall, the faster his refills are, the more aggressive he might be able to be in certain rooms that Chuck couldn't be. So you never know, this lead could come back down.
WhenChukAttacks did farm those last 7 rupees outside in order to do that early shopping, get that out of the way. That getting that done does mean that there are some safety strats available to him if he chooses in level 5. We'll see if he resorts to that or not. But Janthe clearing out the breakfast room nicely with his white sword. It's
this breakfast room is much less scary as far as health and time and everything like that when you got that white sword.
And WhenChukAttacks heading into the world wrap, he will do a screen scroll into a ladder clip to pick up the heart on the coast and head up the coast towards level 5.
Yep, goes from all the way on the west side of Hyrule to all the way on the east side. Wonderful trick there to kind of route in towards level 2.
You won't see Janthe do that because he has another 100 secret he'll need to pick up, which is in the other direction.
Yeah, and Bugs Can't Hide asking in chat, as chat already answers it, but the requirement for the white sword is 5 hearts that you need. So by doing level 2 first and then picking up 1 heart container, they get to that 5 immediately that they can pick up that white sword early. All right, nice fire room from Janthe there. Gets the forced bomb, I believe that was a forced bomb as well, before he goes into the Gleeok fight.
And WhenChukAttacks heading into level 5, not stopping to buy the candle, he is doing a red candle route.
Yeah, and I feel like that's one of the more common two first routes to do. It just makes everything quite easy on your rupees and everything.
There is a red candle 3 first route. You saw Canonophone do it if you watched the races last night, but it has some disadvantages. The advantages to the red candle on 2 first are a little more. It costs about 30 seconds to get that blue candle on 2 first.
All right, so Chuck going into the room of requirement, the recorder room, the Olive Garden, whatever you want to call it. He's got the bombs, but as opposed to Janthe, he's got only that wooden sword. No, he's got a white sword. Sorry, he does have the white sword. I forget that he's doing 2 first.
Yeah, Janthe actually he grabbed that 30 secret on the way back, so that'll make the farming requirement less. Which is nice to see. And then he'll grab the 100 secret, and he'll have all the rupees he needs to for that shopping spree, which he will do after level 5. WhenChukAttacks did it before level 5.
Yeah, Chuck getting through that room really nicely. The Dark Nuts there dropping lots of health for him to get back up to Beam Sword, and with Beam Sword makes that room a lot less scary. You don't have to get so close to the Dark Nuts to fight them.
Question in chat, Danny, so they're both doing the error key on 2 first. Do you skip the first key in 9 then? Probably. The other option is to skip them on 2 first if you get the error key, is to skip the Moldorm's key in level 2, but they both got it, so presumably they will skip that first key in level 9.
Yeah, and I feel there's kind of advantages and disadvantages to that that routing, because most of the time you kind of want to force. One of the easiest spots to force a bomb in level 9 is that first room, and so it kind of takes. So if you skip that key, the first key in 9, it kind of takes away that forced bomb that you can do, and really limits. Excuse me. Limits you if you want to force.
Yeah, and as you saw in Penul's race, it also if something goes wrong and you need to use a key, that key is there if you need to get it later. So
exactly. So yeah, Chuck just making the walk that you have to do through level 5 to get to the boss, as Janthe is making his way towards the entrance of level 5. Still about a dungeon behind, not too much of any difference that we've seen since level 3.
Yep. There is also the difference that Chuck has already done his shopping for meat and arrows, so he's which Janthe still has to do after level 5. So
very true.
So he's going to be heading straight to level 7 from here. Janthe heading into the Olive Garden room of requirement, recorder room, death trap, laying down those bombs. Got a little hairy there. He taking advantage of that blue ring and tanking a little bit of damage, and then finishing them off with the white sword.
Yeah, but dropping a few hearts for him for his troubles, so he's in pretty good health shape moving on, and still has his bomb for the end of the. Well, yeah, I think he's got a bomb pack laying for him as well.
Someone in chat saying that Chuck's got some gold splits on his.
I was about to say that he seems to be on a decent pace here from his PB and what I'm looking at. So yeah, well, this is going to be quite interesting. I don't have his stream up.
Yeah, I don't either.
To see his actual splits and times that he might be saving, but we'll keep an eye on that for sure. All right, Janthe making his way through level 5. Chuck feeding that Hunger Gorilla. Need that meat to get through level 7. It's the only way. It's unfortunate, but you got to buy that meat to get through.
question in chat, is there more tourney matches today? The answer is yes. Tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern on JSR2 Gamers channel, Math Guy and Reiku Rider will be facing off.
Yep, and I'll post up in chat there if anybody wants to check out the schedule of upcoming races and where they will be streamed. You can check out that schedule right there. All right, Chuck actually deciding to only use one bomb on the Dig Dogger there. I mean, it's not actually he had to.
Yeah, he needed.
I'm not sure he was.
He needed bombs for the walls to finish the level. The other options to go back somewhere else and get more bombs, but. And he gets those red candle spawns because he is doing a red candle route, so the bubbles are more annoying, choosing to use the arrows to take out the wall master since he can't use his sword with the bubbles harassing him like they are.
Yeah, so he has on this route he has two options. He can either use the arrows or he can use the red candle itself. Mm-hmm. He's got enough rupees to just use the arrows, so he's going to go ahead and do that.
Janthe doing his shopping trip before level 7.
Ooh, and Chuck gets a nice... lucky bomb drop, random bomb drop there to put him up to 4. That's really nice entering 6 next.
Yeah, so he won't have to do that Gliok of Shame reroute that we saw in the previous race. Because he has that bomb for that wall you need to bomb up in level 6.
Yeah, and that's why he sorted down. And as Rick's pointing out, no refill in level 7. Very nice. Level 7 is one of those dungeons that kind of chips away at you if you don't do really optimal and ideal movement through it. The Goriyas all kind of do 1 heart of damage to you, and even if you have a lot of hearts, it just kind of chips away, and all of a sudden you're at the end and you're like, wow, how do I have only 4 hearts left? Rick keeping tabs on Chuck's splits here. Minus 30, roughly, coming out of level 7. That's a nice spot to be sitting at.
Wow, we could see a PB in a race. That's always exciting.
Oh man, race PBs are the best PBs. Especially in a game like this.
Yeah, I mean, you have to... I mean, racing strats, you have to play some things safe, so if you can... PB strats, you can take some risks, and beating your PB in a race just shows how fast you're improving as a player, so it feels real nice. Yeah,
Chuck has been putting in the work since this tournament was announced. I've been watching him. He's one of those guys that just, he told me he loves tournaments, and he kind of wishes there was more that he could enter. Just loves entering a lot of tournaments, and I like I said, I haven't really seen Chuck do Zelda in the last year or so until this tournament was announced, and then bam, he comes back, gets a quick PB, might get another one here. It's great to see. Alright, Janthe doing some really nice movement to get through level 7 here, not taking too much damage.
Yeah, that blue ring makes level 7 a whole lot easier. Those boomerangs real annoying in green tunic, almost trivial in blue ring. Plus he's getting some health drops to mitigate even the damage he's taking, so...
Yep, and chooses to sword down the Goriyas there to get his floor drop, so he's very comfortable on bombs now, leaving level 7 and going towards level 6.
Yeah, I was watching him the other day. He had some bomb trouble, and I went into his chat, said, "La chambre de Goriya blue," and he was, "Oh, merci beaucoup." So
nice.
So glad to see him putting that back up to use. He also switching to arrows, even though he had the blue candle spawns. The bubbles can still be annoying sometimes, so he had to arrow down that last wall master. But
yeah, arrowed him down in the wall. That was pretty slick.
Yeah.
As we see Chuck finishing up level 6 here, moving right along on great pace.
Yeah, Adirondack Rick saying that at least on the splits he's looking at it's gold 6. So
man, he's dropping all that gold tonight for you.
Assuming those splits are his PB, he may have racing splits. He may have racing splits or something. In which case,
Red Regret asks, "What's his PB?" At 33 minutes and 49 seconds there. As Chuck is entering level 8. Let's see how level 8 treats him. Only really 2 rooms of combat and a boss that you have to get through, but it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, it's a short but brutal level.
Yeah, getting some nice health drops in the first room. That's great.
Level 8 even tougher in the 100% route, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't. No. Oh, brilliant patterns. All grouped up really nicely for him to swipe through. That was, Clutch Fairy, good health drops, and really nice patterns. Chuck's moving right along.
Heading into the Gliok with 4 hearts.
A little scary.
A little scary, but down to 2. Needs to hit him a couple more times. He did it. All right. Long refill, but who cares? He got through it, and he's
that's all you care about at level 8. Just get through. Because if you die in level 8, you have to go through both of those blue Darknet rooms again with 3 hearts. And trust me, I know this. It's not fun.
Yep.
Wow. He is way ahead of his splits right now, as Rick is pointing out. We'll see if he goes for that potion or not. I'm not sure if in his PB he had a potion grab or not.
He is going for the potion.
It does look like he's going for it.
As Janthe in the second magical breakfast room in level 6. Janthe polishes off Goma in level 6. He gets that level 6 Triforce piece. He'll be heading to level 8 just as WhenChukAttacks entering level 9. He has 3 keys, so he shouldn't need to stop in this first room to fight. Just bomb the wall and go.
Yeah, and Kicks off asking in chat, is it faster to get the potion for level 1 or level 4 on the way to level 9? I believe it's level 1, as people are pointing out. More recorder toots that you need to do. And still a decent number of screens that you gotta walk, so yeah, definitely level 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you factor in the whistle too, it's a pretty easy call. But
yeah, because every whistle is about 2.5 seconds or something like that, so it adds up.
Plus that raft ride is slower than just walking a screen.
Indeed. Ooh, Chuck taking a few bops from Patra 1, didn't get a clean walk.
Wow, Janthe cutting through that first blue lagoon very nicely.
Wow, nice. And they're both getting pretty decent patterns in the blue lagoon there. When they kind of stack up like that, and getting the multiple hits on them is the ideal way to go through. Atari Kong, you need 3 keys in 9 in total. So Chuck is just perfect. He's going to use his last key right here to get through this, and he doesn't need any more keys, just needs some bombs. He's a little low on bombs, though. He's only got 3 bombs, which is the the number that you need to get through level 9. So he cannot use bombs unless he gets a drop. He cannot use bombs in the reverse C moving through.
But he did get a drop, so he has some bombs for combat after all. Let's see if he.
Oh, nice! Yeah, that is a great drop that he got.
Yeah, and he is putting them to use. He's also
and he's going for them. You better put him to use.
And he's going for his potion just in time, just as Janthe polishes off that Gliok in level 8 and grabs his last Triforce piece. So he's not too far behind, despite the routing difference.
And even more bombs. Look at that. He is fully stocked for the rest of 9. That's great. You can use bombs in the next Wizrobe combat room, and using your potion either in or after the reverse C is pretty okay. Any earlier than that, I'd be a little scared. But he's got his potion for the rest of 9. He's still got one more potion refill for the rest of 9.
He went for that reverse clip and missed it, so he's going around and doing the regular clip, hits it fine, doesn't take any damage in that clip room, which is nice to see. Let's see if he goes for the Patcher 2 skip.
No, he's going to take a save.
Yeah, he played it safe and got through damageless. The fastest way to do that is to tank a little bit of damage, but you don't blame him for playing it safe here.
Yeah, on a sort of decent run through that, you get hit once, usually. Getting through that damageless Patcher 2B is uncommon.
Yeah.
And yeah, Janthe going for the no potion strats here, I don't think. Unless he picked up a potion way earlier that I didn't catch, he is on no potions. But he's got blue ring, remember that.
Yeah.
Chuck making nice work of the last Wizrobe combat room. He's got Patra and Ganon to go, one potion, lots of hearts, should be fine. Nice dodge there. All right, Chuck onto his Patra 3 fight, taking a lot of damage. Needs to be very careful. Wow.
Yeah. Potioning with half a heart just in the middle of the Patra 3 fight.
That is
little
a little scarier than he probably wants.
Janthe, meanwhile, clearing out that next room.
And here we go. Into the Ganon fight goes Chuck. On if his timer is correct, he's on really good pace. A nice lock from Chuck there. Finishing off Ganon. Going to get the princess.
Get your GGs out for WhenChukAttacks with an official SRL time of 33:20, and I believe, is that a PB for him?
I believe that is on his splits. Remember, there's a little bit of a delay there, but 33:17 on his splits, maybe even a 33:16 looking at his tenths there. Race PB, best PB, GG's all around. My God. That's Janthe. What we want to see in this tournament.
Very nice. Janthe clearing out the reverse C and grabbing his silver arrows, so only a couple minutes behind.
Nice reverse clip there. He got it on the try there, and I think that's one of our first runners to show that reverse clip today.
Yeah, a few people have tried it and missed it, but Janthe hitting it nicely. Going for that safety clip to get around the likes, gets grabbed by a like anyway. Those things can be annoying.
Yeah, those I know all too well that those likes can kind of ruin PB runs, and their patterns are kind of random as you go through there.
Janthe finishing off that trap room. He's just got one more wall to bomb, then Patra 3, and
All right, and I think we are joined by our winner, WhenChukAttacks. GG, sir.
Thank you very much.
Nice damage boost as Janthe makes his way through that second trap room.
Yeah, Janthe going through level 9 here. Kind of go through that run with us as you were kind of stacking up gold splits, I hear.
Yeah, I really don't know how any of that happened. Yeah, the first 3 splits were all gold. I don't know. I mean, things just went well. Fighting went well. Good drops. I don't know. I was just really focusing, I guess.
Yeah. So, like, was there a point in the run where you started getting real nervous about what was going on?
I mean, I was pretty tense through the whole thing, but that's just me with races in general. But I don't know if it probably showed in 9, especially in my last Patra fight. It was just just me face planting into baby Patras the whole time.
Janthe gets Ganon warping to the right 3 times, but he polishes him off. Saves the girl, gets it's a official SRL time of 36:16, a blazing fast time on a blue ring route in a no reset scenario. Great runs by both runners.
Yeah, get your GGs out for both of these guys. Give them a follow. Janthe, remember his PB is around the low 35 mark, so being within roughly a minute of your PB in a no reset run is really good. So we'll see if we can get Janthe in here for a little bit of a talk as well. And we might have him joining us here in the commentary booth. Janthe, GG.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was a really interesting race. You guys both ran the 2 first route, but you opting for the blue ring and Chuck didn't. It was really just the routing difference there, with mostly just the routing difference with the time. But Chuck put up a PB in this race, which is hard to beat.
It's big time PB in race. It's amazing to do that.
Yeah, race PBs, best PBs, but you both put on a really good show. Maybe Janthe can go through his run with us real quick as well.
Yeah, Janthe, did you? It was a pretty clean run. Did you have anything that gave you trouble that you struggled with along the way, or seemed like a pretty decent run overall? The only issue was some bomb shortages later on, but
yes, it was a good run for me. Just 1 minute behind my PB, and I missed the level 5 with the blue darknut room. It was a very, very slow room, but overall the run was okay, I think, for me.
Yeah, we were just mentioning, anytime you're within a minute of your PB on this game, it's a good run. Yeah, both of you getting through deathless is always a treat with these runs. Chuck, yeah, you just had a really clean run all the way through. Like, I can't say anything about what happened here, what happened there. Like, yeah. Everything just kind of fell into place.
If I had to pick out one thing that went wrong, it was having far too few rupees after 4, and I had to run around stabbing things, trying to round up cash to do my shopping.
Yeah, I wondered if you might opt for late shopping. But you were very close for an early shopping route, so I noticed you went and farmed. I mean, it was a PB, so you can't question the decision too hard. But
yeah, it ended up working out. Other than that,
it was
not much else went wrong.
It was a great race to watch. Race PBs are the best PBs. You gotta be feeling great. I know I would.
Oh yeah,
going into this.
Especially after those warm-up runs I did today. They were not very impressive and didn't really help my confidence coming into this race.
Well, maybe it just helped you focus. You know, when you got there, you knew what could happen, but just making it through is really solid.
Yeah, that was a real confidence builder there. I'm excited for round 2.
Yeah, and yeah, we are excited to see more of you guys in the future. Just round 1. We got 4 more rounds, 4 more weeks of exciting Swiss action coming to you from the Legend of Zelda Any Percent No Up+A tournament. I don't think I have anything else for these runners. John, you got anything?
No, I think that's going to do it for this afternoon. Tonight on JSR2 Gamers channel, Math Guy will be racing Reiku Rider. That's at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And tomorrow on one of the Speed Gamings, we don't know which one yet, but Speed Gaming is doing the restream. We'll have Cake Sauce and Angry Larry at 4 p.m. So that should be fun.
Yeah, indeed. So check the schedule for upcoming races if you want to check them out. But from myself and John and our runners, give our runners a follow. Thank you, Feasel, in the background for the restream here, and take us away.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks to everyone.
Thanks.